Well, as President Barack Obama prepares to leave the White House, both critics and supporters agreed that his foreign policy record is mixed, ranging from the killing of al-Qaida leader Osama bin Laden to impotence in the face of turmoil and violence in many parts of the world, including the Middle East. Most experts also agree that it's difficult to predict what kind of impact President-elect Donald Trump will have on Obama's legacy on the world stage. Here's VOA with White House correspondent Saine.
President Barack Obama has faced a lot of tough questions about the inability of the U.S. to stop the carnage in Syria, as he did at this news conference in December.
For years, we've worked to stop the civil war in Syria and alleviate human suffering. It has been one of the hardest issues that I've faced as president. Responsibility for this brutality lies in one place alone, with the Assad regime and its allies, Russia and Iran. And this blood and these atrocities are on their hands.
Obama takes credit for ending the combat role for U.S. troops in Iraq and Afghanistan, as he vowed to do during his campaign. At least one analyst gives him credit for dealing with a dire situation he inherited from the Bush administration.
The world was very much in turmoil, and he took a situation where we were embroiled in Iraq and Afghanistan with no end in sight to those wars, and he brought them to an end in terms of U.S. military involvement and a large presence of U.S. troops.
Other analysts disagree, saying Obama is leaving the world less secure than he found it.
I think there's no question that there is concern about American withdrawal from the world, American seeming inattention, lack of focus, and lack of commitment and engagement. I think that's true. I see it a lot in the Middle East. I hear it from Europeans. I see it in Asia as well.
President Obama and President-elect Trump already have clashed over a number of foreign policy issues, including Russian interference in the U.S. election, the Iran nuclear deal, how to approach China, and whether or not to close the U.S. detention center at Guantanamo. Obama told reporters he has this advice for his successor.
What I've advised the president-elect is that across the board on foreign policy, you want to make sure that you're doing it in a systematic, deliberate, intentional way. He should want his team to be fully briefed on what's gone on in the past and where the potential pitfalls may be.
But Trump appears to be forging his own course in early meetings with other world leaders ahead of becoming commander-in-chief on January 20th. Cindy Saine, VOA News, the White House.